This is Pokling 888 Telemetrading Daily Market Research and Data Analysis. Here are the top and most active companies in the Philippine Stock Exchange in terms of volume. Solar Philippines Nueva Ecija traded 618.79 million at a price of 1 peso and 38 cents per share, followed by the Evergo Tesco with 39.99 million at a price of 33 cents per share. Next, the Mary Mart with 11.73 million at a price of 2.52 per share. Next, the Global Estate Resorts closed at a price of 92 cents per share and traded 10.82 million. Next, the Wilcon Depot with 9.39 million at a price of 31 pesos per share, followed by the Century Pacific Food with 9.93 million at a price of 27.55. Also, the AC Energy Philippines traded 9.97 million at a price of 11 pesos and 18 cents. Next, the Dito CME Holdings with 7.94 million at a price of 5 pesos and 04 cents per share. Next, the Mega World traded 6.32 million and closed at a price of 3.14. Lastly, the SM Prime with 4.54 million and closed at a price of 34 pesos and 5 cents per share. And here are the notable gainers, led by the Solar Philippines Nueva Ecija with 20%. Next, the Agri-Nurture with 13.35%, followed by the LBC Express with 11.90%. Next, the Ace Enexor with notable gains of 10.14%, followed by the Oriental Petrol with 10%. Next, the Philodrill with 9.09%. Next, the Philippine Business Bank with notable gains of 8.86%. Next, the Mary Mart with an increase of 8.15%, followed by the Pacific Online Systems with 6.29%, and the Premier Entertainment with 5.88%. And here are the notable losers, led by the First Gen Pref with 9.75% losses. Next, the Nihao Mineral with 6.80%, followed by the To Go Group with 5.26%. Also, the City Land Development with losses of 3.95%. Also, the Del Monte Pacific Ltd with 3.78% losses, followed by the EEI with 3.59%. Next, the Lopez with 3.33% losses. Next, the Apex Mining lost 2.90%. Also, the All Home with 2.69% losses, and the Shakey's Pizza Asia with 2.69% losses. And here's the latest on Forex. For US dollar, the dollar index ticked higher to trade above 96.1 on Monday, while for Chinese yuan, it eased towards 6.38 per US dollar. And for the euro hovered around 1.13 US dollar at the end of December. While for the Australian dollar, it was little changed around 0.72 US dollar. And for the Japanese yen, the yen drifted lower towards 114.5 per US dollar. And for the New Zealand dollar, there was a little change around 0.68 US dollar. And here are the updates on commodities. For gold price is held above 1,800 US dollar an ounce on Monday, while the crude oil future slipped below 73 US dollars per barrel. And the Brent crude futures traded below 76.5 US dollar per barrel. And for the natural gas, it futures eased below 4 US dollar per million British thermal units in late December. And these are the updates on stock market. In US stock futures rose on Monday after the S&P 500 closed at an all-time high last week, while investors monitor developments around the fast-spreading Omicron variant. Dow Jones futures were flat, while S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 futures gained 0.1% and 0.2% respectively. In China, the Shanghai Composite Index fell 0.06% to close at 3,616, while the Shenzhen Component Index gained 0.04% to 14,716 on Monday, as mainland stocks struggled for direction despite a pledge of greater economic support from China's central bank. While in Germany, DAX 30 futures pointed to a negative start in a thin trading session on Monday, following losses in Tokyo and Shanghai, and as multiple major markets are closed for holidays. While in France, the CAC 40 index oscillated around the flat line at the 7,080 level on Monday. And in Italy, the FTSE MIB was 0.3% higher to hover around 27,100 on Monday, supported by manufacturing and biotech. Industrial stocks rose 0.9%, driven by CNH Industrial 2.5%, still benefiting from the approved spin-off of its truck manufacturing subsidiary Iveco Group. The truck maker will be publicly traded in the Milan Stock Exchange on January 3rd. The healthcare sector rose 1%, led by Amplifon 1.1% and Recordati with 0.9%. While in Japan, the Nikkei 225 index fell 0.37% to close at 28,676, and the broader Topix index lost 0.45% to 1,978 on Monday. Market decliners include SoftBank with 2.96%, Nitori Holdings with 6.53%, Fast Retailing with 1.75% losses, Keyence with 1.23%, Nippon Tel with 1.76%, and Z Holdings with 3.5% losses. And here are the latest on bonds. In Italy, the Italy 5-year government bond yield increased to an 18-month high of 1.07%, while in US, the yield on the benchmark 10-year Treasury note eased to 1.48% at the end of December. While in Germany, the Germany's benchmark bond yield rose further to 0.24% in the fourth week of December. And here's a trivia. The world economy to top 100 trillion US dollars in 2022 for the first time. The world's economic output will exceed 100 trillion US dollars for the first time next year, and it will take China a little longer than previously thought to overtake the United States as the #1 economy, a report showed on Sunday. British consultancy Seber predicted China will become the world's top economy in dollar terms in 2030, 2 years later than forecast in last year's World Economic League table report. India looks set to overtake France next year, and then Britain in 2023 to regain its place as the world's 6th biggest economy, Seber said. The important issue for the 2020s is how the world economies cope with inflation, which has now reached 6.8% in the US, said Seber Deputy Chairman Douglas McWilliams. And this is Emmy from Philippines reporting.